Welcome to students and viewers. In this video, we will discuss about direct variation and inverse variation. This is lesson 11 of class 8 Ncert curriculum. Now, let's say one example. Uniform speed. A car is traveling at an uniform speed 60 km per hour. Now, what is uniform speed? As you have studied in physics, you find that uniform speed means suppose a vehicle is covering equal distance in equal intervals of time. That means in first hour it is covering 60 km. In the second hour it is again covering 60 km. Third hour it is again covering 60 km and so on. That means at equal intervals of time it is covering equal distances. So if you find the relation between time and distance traveled by this car, you find that suppose in 1 hour it is traveling 60 km in 1 hour. In 2 hours it is traveling 120 kilometers. In 3 hours it is traveling 180 kilometers. In 4 hours it is traveling 240 kilometers. Similarly, in 5 hours it is traveling 300 kilometers. Now you see the ratio between time and distance. It is same. In the first case, suppose we define this time as x1 and distance travel is suppose this is y1. In the second case, it is suppose x2 and it is y2. This is x3 and this is y3. x4, y4. x5, y5. Now you see when x increases, then you see corresponding values of y's are also increasing. We are denoting the time as x and distance travel is denoted by suppose y. Now x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, these are different values of x. Similarly, y1, y2, y3, y4, y5, etc. these are different values of y. So when you see when x increases, corresponding values of y is also increasing. Now every time you see x1 divided by y1, this is 1 by 60. x2 divided by y2, it is 2 divided by 120. That means if you simplify this into lowest term, you will find that this is again 1 by 60. Third case, x3 divided by y3, it is 3 divided by 180. That means it is again 1 by 60. x4 divided by y4, it is again 4 by 240. 4 1 is 4 6. This is again 1 by 60. In the last case, x5 divided by y5, 5 by 300. That means 5 1 is 5. 5 into 60, 300. So you see the relation between x and y is such that x by y is constant. It is 1 by 60. Right? In every case, you find it 1 by 60. So these two quantities x and y are related in such a way that x by y is a constant. So we say that x and y are directly proportional. Mathematically we write it as x is directly proportional to y. This is proportional symbol. X is directly proportional to y. That means x by y equal to k. K is a constant. In this particular example, k means 1 by 60. Right? So when two quantities are directly proportional, then their ratio is always a constant. Right? Let's take one more example. Say number of ball pens and cost. Suppose number of ball pens, you denote this variable x, and cost is denoted by y. Now you see the relationship. Suppose cost of one ball pen is suppose 10 rupees. That means cost of 5 ball pens 50, 10 ball pens 100, right? 20 ball pens 200, 50 ball pens, how much? 500. So you see here x by y is 1 by 10. In the second case also, if you simplify this, 5 by 50, that means 1 by 10. Here also 10 by 100 means 1 by 10, 1 by 10. 20 by 200, that means this is again 1 by 10. 50 by 500, this is again 1 by 10. So the x and y, these two quantities are related in such a way that x by y is a constant. In this case, particular case, constant k equal to 1 by 10. In the earlier example, k equal to 1 by 60. Here k equal to 1 by 10. So these two quantities are directly proportional. Since because ratio of x and y is always constant. It is always 1 by 10. So what we understood is two quantities are said to be directly proportional if their ratio is always constant. Now take this example. Suppose here values of x are given 20, 17, 14, 11, 5. So x is decreasing here, and corresponding values of y, you see it is also decreasing, and we have to check whether the ratio is same. X by y, you find here 20 by 40, this is half, right? Again 17 by 34, 17 1 is 17, 17 2 is 34, it is half. 14 by 28, that means half. 11 by 22, half. 5 by 10, this is also half. That means in this particular table, x and y are related in such a way that x by y is constant, 1 by 2. So here x is directly proportional to y, right? X by y equal to 1 by 2. This is the value of k, constant. Next table you see 6 by 4. 6 by 4. 6 by 4 means 3 by 2. Then 10 by 8. 10 by 8 means 2 5s are 2 4s are 5 by 4. Next 14 by 12. This means 7 by 6. Therefore, x by y not equal to k. K means a constant. Here x by y is not constant. It is varying, not same. In the first case, it is x by y is 3 by 2. In the second case, it is 5 by 4. Third case, it is 7 by 6. So in this particular example, x and y are not directly proportional. That means rate of change of x with respect to y is not same. Or you can say the change of x, for the change of x, corresponding changes in y is not same. The rate of change in y is not same for corresponding change of the value of x here. Now let us take this third example, parking time and parking charge, right? Car parking time and car parking charge. When you park for 4 hours, charge is 60. Let's denote this x1. Suppose this is y1. Parking time is suppose denoted by x, and parking charge is suppose denoted by y. Now values of x are changing and corresponding values of y's are also given. So you denote this, suppose x2, this is y2, this is x3, this is y3, x4, y4. Now let's see ratios here. X1 divided by y1 here, 4 divided by 60, this is 1 by 15. X2 divided by y2, you see 8 divided by 100. If you simplify this, 4 1s are 4 2s are 8, 4 25s are. Then x3 divided by y3, 12 by 140, that means 4 3s are 4 3s are 12, 4 5s are 3 by 35. x4 by y4, that means 24 by 180, so it is 12 2s are 12 15s are. Now see, x by y is not equal to k. It is not a constant, right? That means change of x and corresponding changes in y, the ratio is not same everywhere, right? So x by y is not constant, so we can say that parking time and parking charge, it is not directly proportional, right? So viewers, I hope you understood the concept of direct proportion. How can you say two variables are directly proportional when their ratio is always constant? So in this example, x by y is not constant. In the first case, it is 1 by 15, it is 2 by 25, 3 by 35, 2 by 15. So x by y is not constant, so we say that parking charge and parking time, they are not directly proportional. Now we will discuss inverse proportional, concept of inverse proportional. When can you say two variables are inversely proportional? Let's take this example. Suppose distance between 2 points A and B is suppose 200 kilometers. Right? Now, suppose you are traveling at 50 kilometers per hour. If you are traveling at 50 kilometers per hour, how long will you take from A to B? Time taken will be 4 hours. If you are traveling at 40 kilometers per hour, if you are traveling at lower speed, you will take more time, 5 hours. If you are traveling, say, 20 kilometers per hour, then you will take 10 hours. Right? If you are traveling at 80 kilometers per hour, then you will take 2.5 hours. Right? Now you see, when speed is decreasing, time taken is increasing. So we denote this variable's speed. It is denoted by suppose x, and time taken, it is denoted by suppose y. Now these two variables x and y, we denote these different values of x. Suppose this is x1, x2, x3, x4, and corresponding values of y are suppose y1, y2, y3, y4. Now see, when x is increasing, x is decreasing, right? X is decreasing and corresponding values of y are increasing, right? So in this particular case, we find that the product of x and y, x multiply y, is a constant. Here you see 80 into 2.5, 80 multiplied by 2.5, it is 200, right? If you are traveling at 80 km per hour, you will take 2.5 hours. That means speed into time equal to distance traveled. Speed is suppose denoted by v, so distance traveled is suppose s. So v into t equal to s. When you are traveling at 80 km per hour, time taken will be 2.5 hours. So you will travel 200 kilometers. When you are traveling at 50 km per hour, you will take 4 hours. 50 into 4, 200. When you are traveling at 40 km per hour, you will take 5 hours. 40 into 5, 200. When you are traveling 20 km per hour, you will take 10 hours. 20 tens are 200. So here k means k equal to here 200. Constant. So values of x, you see, it is decreasing, and values of y, it is increasing. V is decreasing, t is increasing. So in this particular case, we find x into y is a constant, or xy equal to k. In this particular example, xy equal to 200. So x and y are said to be inversely proportional, and mathematically we write it as x is inversely proportional to y. Inverse of y is 1 by y. So x is inversely proportional to y, or x into y equal to k. Right? So in case of direct proportion, we say that x by y equal to k, direct proportion. And in case of inverse proportional, x into y equal to k. Two quantities x and y are said to be inversely proportional if their product is always constant. Whereas in case of direct proportion, two quantities are said to be in direct proportion if their ratio is always a constant. So thank you viewers for watching this video. We'll discuss some exercise in the next video. Keep in touch.